Hello friends, welcome to online learning session. I am Miss SD Kale, working as Assistant Professor, Department of Agricultural Economics, KK Wagh College of Agriculture, Nasik. In today's online learning session, we are going to see the point balance sheet or net worth statement. So, let's start balance sheet or net worth statement. So, what is mean by balance sheet? It is a statement of a financial position of a farm business at a particular point of time, showing its assets, liabilities and equity. The typical balance sheet shows assets on left hand side and liabilities on right hand side, as well as equity on the below side of liability on the right hand side. Both are always balanced, hence the name balance sheet. That means left side and right side, both sides are always equal or always balanced, so the sheet is called as balance sheet. And if they are imbalanced, then what is that particular sheet is we going to call it as a, if the assets are more than liabilities, it is called as net worth statement or net equity. And it converse, that means if liabilities are more than assets, then it is called as net deficit. See, if the assets are more than liability, then the balance sheet or the statement is called as net worth or equity, and if the liabilities are more than the assets, then the statement is called as net deficit. Assets are those which are owned by the farmer. Anything which is owned by that particular farmer for whose we are going to calculate the balance sheet, that are called as assets. Then next is liabilities. This refers to all things which are owned to others by the farmer. There are three types of assets in the balance sheet. First one is current assets. They are very liquid or short term assets. Liquidity means we are able to convert them into the cash in very short period. They can be converted into the cash within a short time, usually 1 year. For example, cash in hand, agriculture produce ready for disposal. These are some examples of current assets. Then next is intermediate or working assets. These assets take 2 to 5 years to convert into the cash form. That means we are able to convert these assets into the cash within a time period ranging from 2 to 5 years. For example, machinery, equipment, tractor, truck, etc. Then next is long-term assets or fixed assets. An asset that is permanent or will be used continuously for the several years is called as long-term assets. These assets are the permanent in nature or will be converted into the cash for within a very long period, and we can use these assets for several years. It takes longer time to convert into the cash due to verification of record, legal transaction. These are some procedure to be needed to follow to convert these assets into the cash. For example, land, farm building. Then next is liabilities are also of three types. First one is a current liability. Debts that must be paid in the short term or very near future, that is called as current liability. Debts that must be paid in the short term or in a very near future, that are called as current liabilities. For example, crop loan. Then next is intermediate liabilities. These loans are due for the repayment within a period of 2 to 5 years. That means we have to repay the loan within 2 to 5 years of time period. Such loan or such debts are called as intermediate liabilities. For example, livestock loan, machinery loan. Then next is a long-term liability. The duration of a loan repayment is 5 or more years. This liability or this loan is we have to repay within 5 or more years. Such liability is called as, or such loan is called as a long-term liability. For example, land development loan, orchard loan. There are some precautions that we have to take while preparing a balance sheet. There are three precautions that we must have to take while preparing a balance sheet. Then first one is accuracy with regards to the valuation of assets is difficult in the absence of record. Hence, approximations to such valuations need to be defined with reference to a given time period. All the farm products, say paddy, pulses, oilseeds, jowar, livestock and livestock products, etc., should be valued based on the market price. Land and other liquid assets should be valued based on the prevailing sale value for the similar type of land at the same time period. See, if we cannot maintain the record, then the absolute price is not available with us. In such a situation, we have to take the approximations of valuations to calculate a balance sheet. And in case of farm products, any type of farm products, to take the valuation of this product, we have to take the price or current market price at the point of time when we are going to calculate the balance sheet. And for land and other liquid assets, we are going to take the price or value of these assets as per the prevailing sale value for the similar type of land or similar type of asset at the particular time period or in the same time period. Then next is while valuing the durable assets, book value method, that is valuing at cost, is no doubt a good procedure but subject to of criticism. For example, a farmer bought his farmland in the different time periods, say 1960 and 1970. Book value of this land should be determined after giving an allowance for the depreciation and improvements made on land. And third one is in the periods of inflation, the values for durable assets rise. Under such a situation, it is desirable to make adjustments in the values of assets while entering the same values in the balance sheet. It is a care should be taken in the period of inflation. Then there are some test ratios we are going to see or we are going to calculate from this balance sheet. First one is a current ratio. The formula for current ratio is total current assets upon total current liabilities. Then next is a intermediate ratio or working ratio. The formula for this is total current assets plus total intermediate assets divided by total current liabilities plus total intermediate liabilities. Next is net capital ratio. The formula for net capital ratio is total assets divided by total liabilities. Then next is a current liability ratio. Current liability ratio formula is current liability upon owner's equity. Debt equity ratio, or it is also called as leverage ratio, formula for this is total debts upon owner's equity. And equity value ratio, formula for this is owner's equity upon value of assets. Owner's equity and equity, these are the same concepts. Thank you for your peaceful listening.